Hey there, outdoor YouTubers. It's Dave Knetter from Knetter's Practical Outdoors. And today we're going to do a question and answer video. I'm going to take a question from one of you outdoor YouTubers out there. And the question I picked out comes from Big Buck Mercenary 64. And Big Buck Mercenary 64 writes, "Hey, Knetter's Practical Outdoors. I really enjoyed your deer hunting, deer management, do antler restrictions work video." Hey, I'm glad to hear you enjoyed it, you know. And for any other guys out there that haven't seen it, you know, go ahead and check it out. And then Big Buck Mercenary 64 asks the question, what kind of hunters do you have at your camp? Do you have the kind of hunters that shoot the first legal buck they see, even if it's kind of small? Or do you have the kind of hunters that wait on a more mature buck before they shoot? And, you know, I'll tell you, that's a pretty interesting question for our camp. I think for our camp especially because we actually have kind of a mixture of hunters. And I don't think that's really that common at a lot of camps. Usually a camp will kind of be one way or the other. You know, I mean, a lot of it has to do with the availability of deer at the camp, the availability of bigger deer around the camp, you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, it is kind of, I believe, a little unique to our camp that we have kind of a mixture of both. You know, we have the guys at our camp. They will go out and they'll go ahead and shoot the first legal buck they see, even if it's a spike horn, even if it's a 4-pointer. You know, they're happy to shoot that buck. They're happy to hang it up on the pole. They're happy to tell the story of how they shot it. They're happy to have the venison dinners that go along with it. You know, they enjoy shooting a buck, even if it's a smaller buck. You know, getting that antler, that bigger rack. It's not as important to them. You know, and it's important for us to kind of all respect that. You know. And, you know, and before you judge them, too, you need to understand, our camp is really in the snow belt. We do not have a lot of deer around our camp. We don't have a high population of deer. And it's not that uncommon to go 2, 3, 4 years without seeing a legal buck. So, you know, for some of the guys at our camp, when they see one, it's like, hey, great, you know, I'm happy for this opportunity, and they take it, you know. But, you know, having said that, we do have the other type of hunter at our camp. And you guys all know this type of hunter too. The guy, you know, they put a lot of time, effort, and money into hunting. They hunt really hard all deer season long. You know, and now when those guys are out and they get an opportunity, you know, at a spike or a fork, well, they'll go ahead and shoot it too, but then they'll just kind of deny it if you ask them about it. You know, they're not really that proud of it, and they're not really that excited to tell you the story of how they shot it or anything. In fact, for a lot of those guys, you like the next deer season when you ask them about it, like I say, they'll just flat out deny they even shot a smaller buck. You know, it's kind of weird. But to answer your question, you know, Big Buck Mercenary 64, our camp actually has a mixture of both types of hunters. So anyways, hey, remember to keep the questions coming. And also remember to hunt, fish, laugh, repeat. This is Dave Knetter from Knetter's Practical Outdoors. Hey, thanks for watching and God bless.